Hey everybody, clearing. All right, here goes a divine masculine check-in. What is the energy these DMs are in right now? In the collective that joins us here, me here, what can we see? How are they feeling about what they are going through, experiencing, conscious of in the connection at this time? So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for how the divine masculines are navigating their side of the energy? How does that relate to their feminine, and how are they feeling about the things we're going to see here today? This deck, I'm not going to use emotion cards. I'm actually using a Rider-Waite tarot deck to see what the emotions are, which is the first time I've been guided to do that. Let's have a look and see what comes out. First off, I want to see what an energetic take on where the masculines are at is. Okay, we get a couple here. Well, we do get Temple of Centering, solitude, seclusion, grounding, and belonging. So they're really trying to find themselves and where they belong, what type of person, where they fit in, how they're going to show up in union, their most authentic self. That's what I'm getting. Ooh. Crystal capacitor, storage, time release, and focus force. So I'm seeing a bow being drawn back to hit the mark, like Cupid's arrow. And, ooh, seal of Metatron, form, structure, foundation, cosmology. Exactly. So they're not just finding, you know, what, not just finding what clothes to wear to look just right. You know, this is everything. The full meal deal, I heard. Like, they are really from top to bottom, the smallest to the biggest. Cosmic energy here, Metatron, manifestation homeboy. Like, literally, these masculines are spit polishing who they really are to come forward to you feminines. Like, honestly, wow, we get the two cards, two of my twin flame cards. You know, we have the shared space and then the sovereignty of the individuals in both of these cards. Yeah, they're really collecting what it is that they are becoming in order to bring that to the world, to bring that to these connections. Okay, let's have a look at what are they experiencing in their lives right now. Unconditional compassion, love for themselves, forgiveness. This is like redemption energy on the heart space is what I'm getting from this. Compassion for self. The Queen of Cups is the psychic, intuitive, unconditionally loving queen. And so for them to turn that energy in on themselves, they're really forgiving themselves on the deepest level. You know, it's literally like a Christed consciousness salvation type of an energy. How does this relate to the feminine in the connection? King of Swords. They have learned so much from your example. This is a divine feminine, you know, embodiment. The Queen of Cups, you're psychic. You divine feminines are so intuitive. Like, you have no idea how much God has used you to speak to your counterpart. And the way that they have picked up what the divine has thrown down through you into their lives is absolutely game changer stuff. How do they feel about this? The devil in the inverse. It's overcoming, you know, I heard the gates of hell. Like, literally the illusions, the temptations, the cool factor, everything that has enticed them. It pales in comparison to the truth of love, of real love. It's, you know, all of that stuff is a counterfeit for actual love. And they're feeling that on a heart and soul level right now, consciously, because of this journey, because of the love that's been shown here. Whoa. I'll never find anyone like you in all the world, I just heard. What can we see for what the masculines are going through regarding people in their lives. Magician. They feel like they are really blessed to have so many tools at their disposal. Like they're starting to understand they're cut from a different cloth. These masculines really are shining this yellow of empowerment, this confidence. This is soul level worthiness, because they're coming into knowing their God's honest truth, their own righteousness. They are truly feeling empowered. I just heard they know they could have anyone they want in this energy, and they choose you. Feminines, they choose you. How does this relate to their feminine? The moon. The cat's out of the bag, I just heard. They may have told someone they're coming for you. Not in a bad way, in a, I want to make them my partner, my life partner. They know they have what it takes now. You just don't know that they know that they've come into the confident assurance that they want that they feel like they're up for the task. They have stepped into the shoes are not too big anymore. You just don't fully know that. You haven't seen anything yet. I just heard, whoa, how do they feel about this energy? This is the remedy for the abandonment wound. They're done feeling and fearing abandonment, stabbing themselves in the back, setting themselves up for failure, sabotaging things. They've repeatedly chosen karmic, familiar scenarios, and they've repeatedly been painful experiences. Like they know that they were doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And now they know that they have what it takes on the deepest levels to change that, to redeem themselves. What are they experiencing on the heart space? They're opening their heart. They're open to what will come. How does this relate to the feminine? Oh, a death, rebirth cycle here. A birth, death, rebirth. So the expression on this one cracks me up. It's so intense. I do not want to mimic this expression, but they're really like at the edge of their seat. Like, what would my feminine say if I actually blew their socks off and came forward? Like, this is coming back around energy, but they're like, can hardly wait to see how flabbergasted you will be when they actually say they want to be all in. That's what I'm hearing. I just got nervous. I just got a giggle. Then my back just tickled. So, they're like eager to see the look on your face when they say, well, actually, I love you with all of my heart. Will you be mine? Or whatever version they're going to say. Like, they're like, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna say? Oh, wow. And whoa, how do they feel about this? They want to surprise you. I'm getting that this Queen of Wands, who's the spiritually embodied martial artist, I'm seeing like the Pink Panther pink cards, where Kato is always hiding behind things and pouncing on, right? It's like, that's the element of surprise. They want to take you as this high-level master by surprise and like shock the bejeebies out of you. Yeah, it's like they want the shock value because they want to get you good. That's what I'm hearing. This is a cosmic game of cat and mouse in a way, because they know that you know that they know that you know that it was love at first sight. That's what I'm hearing. That's a message that has repeatedly come out in these YouTube channelings. And when you actually have that and you actually let that sink in, what a delicious unfolding, right? If you actually believe that the person that you're watching this video or other videos for is that for you, slow down, enjoy it, roll it around, love every minute of it, soak it up, savor it, allow all of it to just like really really work through your whole being on every level and transform you into your highest potential. What can we see on the Heart of Hearts? What is this connection? And you, Divine Feminines, how are you inspiring your masculine in their lives? They are coming up against any injustice, any karmic things, anything that doesn't hit the mark. They are literally, they're not playing. You know, it doesn't mean that they're being ignorant. R says about anything, but they are not pushover energy. These are not cowardly energies. If they were in the past, if they were the Mr. Nice masculine kind of energy, not anymore. And they're not being rude per se, but they are not a doormat. Ace of Wands, they're really learning how much liberty they have to step into leadership. Like, it's growing in them. Because you love them, because God loves them through you. They're really getting their, it's like they're being knighted into service on this higher level where they can now confidently stand up for what's actually right. They have learned enough to know when when to stay quiet and when to speak. I heard Kenny Rogers, I often channel, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. But this is know when to tell it like it is in a way that actually is beneficial and makes a difference in the world. Leadership, how do they feel about this? They feel like it's the hand of God. They feel like all of it, this whole thing, you, this connection, this journey, they know it on their heart. This is nothing short of the hand of God in their lives. I'm hearing for many of them, there's been a knowing, a moment where they have actively asked for that higher guidance to come into their life. And that, whatever their religion, their form of spirituality, whatever it is, they have asked to be in alignment with that and be directed and be used as an instrument of divine energy on the planet. And they are really seeing that you are part of that becoming. What can we see for what they're manifesting in their life? Financial footings. They're manifesting enough to give back. With this pentacle on the heart space, I'm seeing that as charity, as generosity, as not being stingy with their money, but having gifts come from the heart. They know that this life and everything in it is borrowed. It's borrowed time. It comes from source. They will channel that through their heart, and they will stand on that everything that we have in this life is from source. No matter how human-made or not we think things are, all the building blocks, all the originating energies, all the intention, all the knowledge of good and evil, all of it, it was created, and it is temporary here. This is what they are. They want to make the most of their time here. Temperance. They know that this connection is helping them heal, to know how to make the most of their time here in the best way. Wiggle room. I heard they see how you and them, they calibrate. You calibrate off of each other. That means you make micro adjustments by interacting with each other, by learning, by polishing each other, by following higher guidance regarding each other. You're learning how to be better human beings and how to be less in fear, less in ego, less in our animal selves, and more in our divinity. How do they feel about this? Empress, first off, they think that you are absolutely radiant, stunning, unbelievably amazing, believably amazing, more so all the time. But they also feel so abundant, so cherished, so blessed by the divine. I just heard the kind of world to bring children into. They see it's possible. With a love like this, they see that that sort of utopian world is within humanity's reach. Whoa. What can we see on the action front here? Humility. So they are continuing to embrace humility and to see the ways that instead of, boasting and arrogance and pride and stubborn energy, they're really seeing the progress being made. They feel it deep within, the consciousness, the enlightenment, the expansion. When they're humble, they grow. When they embrace what this journey is giving them, what they are getting out of this journey, they see the light and they see those changes within themselves, most importantly. How do they feel about this? This worthiness that's blooming within them is really allowing them to follow their wholehearted passion towards you, feminines. Commitment, fidelity, monogamy. They really are understanding how sacred having somebody that you really can know is your person on the deepest level. Feminines feel into on a regular basis the feeling of being so absolutely loved in relationship. Feel it in your muscles, in your bones, in your veins. Feel the feeling of that level of safety and peace. Spend 5 to 10 minutes a day sitting in the energy of what that would feel like to live in. What can we see for the biggest challenge for these masculines at this time? Getting out of their abandonment wound. There's the stabbed in the back energy. So where did we see that? We saw that that's what they're consciously thinking, is that they don't want to sabotage anymore. How does this relate to you? The Knight of Swords. They're really taking a good hard look at all of the things they've said or not said, done or not done in this connection. And that's the biggest challenge, is seeing themselves not for who they claim to be, not for who they want to be, not for who they think they are, but their actions, their actual actions or lack thereof, words or lack thereof. This is the challenge, is to see themselves objectively and to fine-tune that. How do they feel about it? They're seeing their own shortcomings, their own codependencies. They're really done with being that way, with playing it safe, with being nice, with people pleasing. What do I have to lose? I'm not that bad, I just heard. What is the solution to this challenge? Giving it to the divine, letting the hand of the divine come in and bless, getting out of our own way. These masculines want to step out of their own way and just allow it all to come to them. The world, they are ready to allow the divine to clean up their reality as they clean up their act. That's what I'm getting here. And how do they feel about that regarding feminine? They know this inner work is bringing this connection into smooth water, out of choppy water into smooth water. What is the near future? Okay, they've got a strategy to come out of separation here. How do they? Yeah, they're preparing an offer. They are preparing an offer to bring this connection out of separation, and they are already working on it. Let's get, what do we, yeah, I'm reaching for those. So how are these divine masculines working on this offer? Light, wholeness, warmth, and well-being. So they're embodying that same frequency of what it will feel like after crossing the finish line, you know, and already embodying now what it will feel like then. You know, that's how you close the gap. You become the version of you that you need to be in that vision, that future vision. Do the things now. Be that person now that you would need to be in that future vision. Blue star of hope, ascension, surrender, purification. These masculines are in the process of surrendering to becoming their best version of self and allowing that to support them, allowing that to encourage them. Divination, intuition, and inner vision. So they're digging deep within their own intuition, their own inner realms to really know what aspects to cultivate and to embody further here. It's just a sorting that needs to go yes to this. That's not aligned, behaving, thinking, perceiving, attitude, belief, you know, this is, you know, it's one thing sorting. This is the aligned way to look at this. This is rubbish. This is the right posture to have about this. That is misguided. It's literally they're going through with a fine-tooth comb right now, getting rid of all the things that are not love in their life. They're really coming into their own. It feels amazing to channel this energy. All right, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.